You're watching
Let's talk about it.
with Raheem Mitchell.
Let's talk about it. Say I just heard about a show. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Where the independent artists go. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Niecy got a new EP. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Stephanie's doing comedy. Let's talk about it, talk about it. That girl from LA and that guy Let's talk about it, talk about it.
And now your host of Let's Talk About It, Raheem Mitchell.
Hello, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I am your host, Raheem Mitchell. And everybody, let me tell you, I am so excited about this interview here, man. I'm telling you. I've been trying to get Tamiko, you might as well just call her my sister, my big sister in comedy. I've been trying to get her to come on the show for the longest, but with the COVID going on and stuff like that, it wasn't working. But today, I got her. And guess what? She's blessing us with another comedian friend of hers, Bedroom Eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Let's Talk About It, Tamiko Kirkland and Bedroom Eyes. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
So,
Good.
look at you just smiling,
Okay.
just all teethy and stuff. Look at you.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you. I ain't seen you in a while.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
ain't
You
seen
know
you in
we
a
can't
while.
do no shows.
Right.
When we gonna do a show, it might be like maybe 6 people with masks on.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you a question. Do you do remote shows? Like you be at home playing in front of your TV and then the audience is remote, what is it called? A remote or virtual show?
virtual
I'm sorry.
shows.
Have you done a virtual show before?
I've done it. I've
How
done
did-
it a few times.
How did you like
I
that?
don't like it.
Okay, thank you.
Totally different.
How about you?
Yeah, I did it, and now I'm like, when they have a meeting, I'm kind of exclude myself from it. I'm like,
Yeah, it's not the same.
yeah, I need to be on stage. I need
Oh, yeah.
to get that body reaction.
Got that reaction or
Yeah,
something?
I need that reaction. It's not the same.
Not at all.
Being on stage is a total different feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, comedians thrive off the laughter,
Yeah.
the attention, the eye contact.
Yes.
You know, you looking in this, you in the bedroom
Yeah.
or your kitchen and trying to do this comedy, you looking at other people while you talking and they cooking or cleaning or dealing with the kids. You know, it's just
They
like,
ain't really paying- What
Yeah.
she say? What she say?
Yeah.
That's my mama.
yeah. Then trying to mute them, but you don't want to mute them because I want to hear you laugh.
Right.
So I can respond. Yeah, it was, I mean, my last show I did virtually though was awesome.
Was it?
It was really good, but that's nothing I would ever
that's-
choose to do.
That's not, me neither. I mean, I'll get called and they ask if I want to do a virtual show. I'm like, I can't do that, man.
So
It's
different.
just too much. And, you know, I move around a lot on stage. I don't stand
Right,
still.
right,
It's just,
right.
it's not good.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
good.
I sit in my room or at the table in the kitchen and I'm doing my comedy.
Yeah.
Me,
It
I
be
talk
looking
with my
good.
hands.
Right.
I talk with my hands, so I'm
Yeah.
like, it's just yeah.
It's not what the young kids say. It's not the business.
It's not the business. It's not the business.
So, you know, I know both of you guys are mothers.
Yes.
You know, both of you guys braid and do hair and all that
Yes.
good stuff. So, talk to us. Let the people know. How did you guys feel about the kids not having a graduation, not having a prom, not having a grad night? So, whoever want to speak on that first, go ahead.
Okay, you want to go first?
Okay. Well, I don't like being in the house with my kids.
Okay.
I'm just saying that firsthand. Like, any mother knows, like, kids don't want to do nothing.
Right.
And the fact that they shut down everything, we had to be in the house with the kids and deal with so much, like, the distant learning with the education now, and the kids are getting too comfortable at home. My son, at first, he didn't even want to graduate. When he knew it wasn't going to be a graduation, he was like, Mom, I'm not even going.
Right.
You know, and he waited until the last minute, like the day of the graduation, and had to borrow a cap and gown and do the graduation. And then I was upset because I couldn't be there. I was at work.
Right.
Oh wow.
And so that was like, I had his dad had to take him, you know, and it was like, I wanted to be there. I wanted to grab the diploma or the little piece of paper they give you before they give you the diploma, and I wanted to see him do it. So it was kind of like hurtful, you know. My other kids, they didn't get to graduate at all. So they didn't even get a ceremony at all.
Wow.
Wow.
So it's totally different. Like these kids need that, and they didn't get it. And now they're getting lazy.
Yeah. I want to say the parents need it too, because when we took my daughter, I was just disappointed. Like, okay, we want to go shopping for these dresses and
Right.
and do the whole, graduation. She had a dress set out for the graduation, a dress set out. We picking stuff for the prom. To drive up in the car with just me, her dad, her sister, brother, her, and to have to ride around just us.
Right.
It ain't like it's a line of cars behind us either. And going to these different booths. They giving her paperwork or whatever. I'm trying to be pumped. Congratulations, whatever. But it was just, at first she didn't want to go either.
Right.
But it was like, no, this is your graduation. And later on in life, when you're talking to your kids, you're going to show your kids how this day and age was for you.
Right, right.
I didn't graduate. And I got my GED, but
all right.
I never went to my prom. So I told her, have that so you
Right.
can show your kids. But yeah, it was different to drive up. And then I asked the people when she had to go get her diploma, so they let her out the car. She could get out the car, go to the lady, go take a picture. And I'm like, okay, so can we get out, take a picture with her? We want to take pictures with her. They had a booth set up. We want to take pictures with her and of her. Oh, I'm sorry. At least somebody's going to have to stay in the car and, sit in the car and wait. Y'all can hurry up and get out and take a picture real quick. I was like, okay, this is so disappointing. And we couldn't take no pictures with her,
Right.
until we left. We
Right.
went somewhere and took pictures somewhere, but it was so, it's
And then you couldn't
different.
go to no restaurants to celebrate it.
No.
Yeah, you can't go. Yeah, her friends can't see her do it
Right.
because her friend's appointment was hours after hers or before hers.
Right.
Just totally, just so different. But this is going to be something to talk about in the
Yeah.
next 10 years.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, right? See you in 10, don't
Yeah,
you?
that's right. Because at first, because my homeboy, he had a son that was graduating. First, when it first started, they were saying, okay, we're not going back to school.
Right.
And then they came back, they said, okay, we are going to go back to school. And we was waiting. They said, no, we're going to do virtual now.
Wow.
So I was like, I asked him, I said, man, how did you deal with it? He was like, man, Ryan, you don't want to know. He said, you just don't want to know.
You driving
at
around
all."
going, for real, this is the setup? This is how the kids are graduating.
And they're literally laying in the bed while the teacher's teaching. It's like my kids be asleep. Class be going on,
Wow.
and my kids will wake up when class is over, set to the next class, let it ride, will not show their face on class. They'll just be like here and go to sleep.
Wow.
It's not just these kids. These
Yeah, how are you
kids
really
need
learning this
to-
way?
Yeah,
Right.
and it's like,
Kids normally need, well, me, myself, but most kids, when you're in class, you're doing a one-on-one with your teacher.
Yeah.
Teacher, I don't understand this. Can you show me this? And
Yeah.
she's, giving you examples or doing a one-on-one. Now you're doing this virtual thing. Half the teachers are not used to the computer.
yeah.
Right.
Most of them old, about to retire, can't work the virtual, computer. It just
Yes.
so different.
That's crazy.
So different. This day and age is
Yeah,
so
well,
different.
you figure that's what has to happen.
Yeah.
We're trying to save the babies and everything.
Wow.
That's right. So I look on Facebook, and I'm always following folks I worked with before.
Yeah.
So and I see that you were doing you were braiding your daughter's hair.
Mm-hmm.
She was, and I had read the caption. She wouldn't leave until I did not know. As long as I've known you, and as long as you and I have been
Oh,
doing
my
shows,
goodness.
I never knew that you was
That I do hair.
you both braided. You
Yeah.
both
Yeah.
do hair, right? Okay. So let's both talk about. I need you guys to talk about how long you've been doing hair and who's your worst client and who's your best client.
Oh, I got a story to tell then.
let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
All right.
No, I've been braiding hair since, I started off at 12 years old doing
Right.
my mom's hair.
Okay.
Then I started doing the little girl hair who used to come over. Her grandma liked it so much, she started paying me little $20. Here, thank you for doing her hair. And I was like, oh, my first client ever.
Right.
Okay, so anyways, later on, word of mouth, I started doing only kids and men hair.
Right.
Because I didn't want to learn to do extensions and all that until I had my daughters. They got older. These new styles coming out. I know how to braid. I'm not going to go to a beauty shop and pay all this money to braid hair when I could do it myself.
Right.
So, I braid. It's word of mouth. I didn't expect to have clients like I do.
Right.
I didn't expect that.
Yes, every time I look
In the
on
beginning,
Facebook.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't even tell them no. I'll just do my kids' hair. That's how
Right,
it was.
right.
Don't tell nobody I braid. I'm just doing y'all hair. Then it started being like, well, Mom, she want to know how much you charge. I'm like, I don't know how much to charge. That's how it is. But I've been braiding a long time. I stopped for a while. Then we moved out here to the IE. I had to start back. Just little kids.
Right.
It didn't get real serious until my daughters got older and I had to start adding extensions.
Right.
I worked for Marinello Schools of Beauty,
Right.
and the girls there taught me how to add the hair. From there on, it just took off.
Like, wow, what about yourself?
Yeah, about 11, 12. I've been braiding. I had my aunt never had kids,
Okay.
so she was blessed with us.
Okay.
And her stepdaughter braided my scalp.
Oh, okay. That's the kind when they pull it back.
Yeah, she braided. Yeah, you know that saying when somebody say she braided my scalp,
Right.
that means she braided my scalp.
Right.
She braided my scalp so good that I learned how to braid because I said, you can't touch me no more.
Right.
So, and I started off with dolls. Started off charging people $10 to do individuals.
Wow.
Yes, $10. So I had in elementary, junior high, high school, I had everybody coming to me getting hair done. And then as I grew and got better, started learning how to do weaves, lace fronts, feed-in braids. I'm like all these different styles that everybody coming out with now. Box braids back in the day used to be dookie braids.
Right.
And now they
changing the
now they
name.
changing the name on it. These feed-in braids. We didn't worry about feed-in braids. We had that big lump right there, and we was rolling with it. Now now they want to make it look natural, and I've been
So
doing
much
it. Yeah,
different stuff.
And
Styles.
dealing with some customers, I'll get some customers when you price them the price, they'll come in, wait till they get their hair done, and be like, "Girl, I ain't got that much."
Oh,
you
my
you can say that
gosh.
before you say that.
Yeah, and it irritates me.
Nice. I can tell you.
Because sometimes you want to be like, okay, well, let me go and take half of them
Right.
That's it.
braids out. Let me
No.
get half my money back. But
I did a little girl's hair. I didn't know the mother. She was referred to me. The woman dropped her daughter off, did her hair. She was like, okay, I'll be back. I'm going to go, whatever she was going to go do. I think she was going grocery shopping, the mother. So I'm doing the little girl hair. I'm done. We called her, let her know we was done. The little girl went outside, and I'm like, they finna run off. That's all I was thinking in the house. They finna run off. Like, okay, whatever. Just expect this, Miko. The little girl came back. My mom want to talk to you. And I
Okay.
was like, oh, okay. So I went
Okay.
outside. She had her door open, and all these groceries in the back seat. She was a limo driver, so
Right.
she's in her limo with all these groceries in the back. She said, girl, I forgot I dropped her off over here that you was doing her hair.
Come on,
And
man.
she did this, and I spent all my money. My first thought was, okay, well, give me some groceries.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. And I looked at her, and I was like, she said, I have $15. Back then, I was only charging $25.
Right.
And she said, I have $15. I took the 15. She said, I'll pay you the $10. Give me, what she said? She gave me her number, gave me all her hookup.
Right.
Call me in 2 days, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I'm calling her. Of course, she's not answering my phone calls. I was like, okay. We had a beautician, a mutual beautician who did our hair
Right.
in my neighborhood.
Right.
She told me, ask the beautician for the money, and when I get my hair done, I'll give it back to her. We haven't talked to my beautician about this, right?
This is between me and you.
Yeah, it's between me and you. But I ended up calling my beautician one day, and I told her what the deal was. My beautician was like, Miko, I'm going to keep it real. That don't have nothing to do with me. I
Right.
said, no, I understand that. I thought maybe she talked to you about it. I was like, that's fine. That's
Right,
fine.
right,
I
right.
just got gypped. And, that little $10 ain't going to break me. It's
Yeah.
the principle of it
Yeah,
all,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So my beautician called me a couple days later. She said, hey, she coming in to get her hair done Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning if you want to come get your money. I was like, I'll be there. Saturday in the morning at 7 a.m., I jumped up. I threw on some sweatpants and a T-shirt.
Okay, that means we in fight mode, okay?
Just in case. And I don't even get down like that. Like, I don't
Right.
like confrontation. I don't like to
Right,
fight.
right.
I just knew who I was dealing with, that I'm
Right.
going to have to fight.
Right.
And I'm going to fight you over this little funky $10.
Yeah,
you know?
it's not the
Because
$10.
principle.
There
It's
you
not
go.
the $10.
It's not that.
It's what you did.
Yeah.
Because you did not forget you dropped your daughter off at my house.
Yeah, now you just think I'm stupid.
You
know what
know,
I'm saying?
you
Yeah,
think
you
this
just
yellow
think
girl.
yeah.
I drove over to the beautician house. I was scared. I was like, oh, Lord, I have to fight this woman because she was hood. And I knocked
She
on the
was
door.
hood?
The hood.
Okay.
I knocked on the door. She happened to answer the door. And I said, hey. She said, Tamiko, what you doing over here, girl? I said, I was riding through the neighborhood. You got my $10. That's all I said at the door. I was riding through the neighborhood. I saw your car. You got my 10?
Right.
And she was, yep, I got it. She gave me the 10, and I ended up leaving, but I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. I had to get beat up for the $10.
Now I know. Tell me, you have that written and you do that on stage.
I don't. I need to write that down,
You gotta
huh?
write that down and do it on stage, man.
Look, she might be at the show
Yeah,
and
so
see
what?
it one day.
Oh, well.
Now, that was me.
Yeah, exactly. Do that, man. Do that. So,
Oh my gosh.
I was looking around. I was going through some old photos. You know, because it reminded me of that when you sent me that photo of you and I at Ontario Improv.
Yeah.
So I started looking around, and I was like, because I was trying to find out. I said, okay, Bedroom Eye. I said, the name sounds familiar, because that's what I was asking you.
Yeah, you was like, do I
said,
know her?
Have we ever worked together before? And he was like, no, but we said, but right here, we all in the same circle. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I started looking at all my flyers, and then I saw, you know, God rest his soul, Big Mike Mitchell, and it seemed like each of us has worked with
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Mike Mitchell.
Mike has worked with everybody.
Yes, he has, haven't he?
Yeah.
And that man, well, he can go get a room real quick, can't he?
Yeah, he
go out there
could,
and
for
get-
real.
Yeah, he will.
I'm in Barstow.
Come in Barstow.
Yeah.
You know, he might have 15 comedians on the bill.
For real?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't none of us.
Yeah, 15 people on the bill, man. But he gonna give his show.
Yeah,
he
no,
gonna
for
do
real.
his show,
For
and
real.
he always made what they say. What do they say? He always made his quota.
Yeah.
With the
Oh,
club.
yeah.
He's never gypped the
Yeah.
club or
Mike
nothing
hustled.
like that. Yeah, he be hustling.
Mike hustled.
Yes, he
Yeah.
does, man.
I didn't know he was paying his daughter college through comedy.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about what that money was doing for him.
Oh,
Yeah, how he was hustling for that.
yeah, he was. hustling
Yeah,
for
rest
it.
in peace, Mike.
That's right. This is the same question I've asked all other comedians that I bring on the show, and I'll throw the question to both of you ladies. What was the worst show you did, and what was
Ooh, I got
the funnest show you did?
Okay.
And what was the show when they told you they was gonna pay you, but they didn't pay you, but you was cool because your set was right, you got a copy of your set, and you had the network.
Okay.
So
Okay.
whoever want to answer that first? I know you ready. Okay. You ready. Go ahead, Tamiko.
Okay, so my worst show, and I'm not bragging because I've gotten so much better, but when I first started comedy.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna say my third show.
Okay.
I went to this club,
Okay.
and this is how I met my homeboy AD.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if you know AD, but
AD. Sound familiar.
Okay, so
Okay.
anyway, I'm at this club and I'm doing my thing. Everybody think just because I'm light skinned, I try to be cute, you know, whatever, that I'm finna get up there and be doing some old ditzy old, you know, some cute girl. No, I get up there, I know I'm hood, I know I talk hard. And that's me
That's
on
you.
the street. It's just me. It's
Right,
just how I
right,
talk.
right.
Some people think I'm rude and mean. I'm not. So I'm on stage and I'm doing my thing. And, you know, people, it's a big crowd. When I got off stage, I'm with my husband, and AD walked up. He was like, hey, he said, and he don't even know us, right?
Right.
He said, you ghetto as you know?
Ooh,
Oh, this was cuss.
That's okay.
You will delete that out. My bad, my bad.
She,
my bad.
you can tell she cussable now, y'all. That's right. She was like, I'm nervous.
Okay.
I'm this. Y'all can tell she cussable.
Okay.
She cussable
Okay,
now.
I didn't know we couldn't cuss. Okay.
We'll
Keep
take
it
care-
clean. Keep it clean.
I
Okay.
said keep it clean. Yeah, she comfortable.
He said, you ghetto.
Okay.
He was like, you want to do my show, right? I want you to do a show for me. I was like, cool. So anyway, make a long story short, we set up a time to do a show on a Wednesday.
Right.
It was like the next 2 weeks, right?
Right.
Now, this is my worst show ever.
Right.
We get to a show, and this is like, okay, this is actually my third show with him.
Right.
Now, I did good on this show.
Right.
That's why he picked me.
Right.
I get to his show.
Right.
And I was so nervous before he called me up. So his crowd was huge, you know, and so I get on stage and I blacked out. Nobody was laughing. I couldn't think of nothing. I'm looking at my husband because I'm up there just bombing.
Right.
I'm dying on stage.
Right.
And this is the time when Mike, wasn't it Vic? that was killing them dogs, was fighting
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was in that time, right?
Okay.
So I remember at the end of my jokes, at the end of my failure,
Right.
I got on there. I said, I have a joke about Michael Vick. Y'all want to hear it? They was like, yeah, go ahead. You know.
Wait till after I talk to you.
So I'm looking at my husband in the back, like,
Oh, my God.
at least throw a joke at me, because I cannot remember anything. Because
Right.
when the comedian, I'm gonna speak for myself. When I get on stage,
Uh-huh.
if I don't make you laugh the first time I start,
Right.
I'm already nervous, set in, and I can't, like, I'm just like, oh God, they don't like me. That's how I was in the
Right, right,
beginning.
right.
So I'm looking at my husband, like, throw a joke at me, at
Uh-huh.
least, so I can remember something and say something. My husband in the back like this, like, oh my God, like, just get her off. You know,
Wow.
yeah, I completely died on stage, right? So I went on and got off. Matter of fact, AD came to the stage and gave me his hand, like, come on
baby.
down.
Come on, baby.
Let me give you a hug.
You ain't ready. Come on down. And this is what I tell people, and I talk about this on stage. I didn't get booed off of stage. They pitied me off. I had to walk through the crowd
Wow.
to go sit down.
Wow.
So I'm walking, and people was, oh, you do, that was okay. You know, high five.
high five.
That was okay. That was good.
Poor baby.
Poor baby. Poor baby. I was just, oh my God. It made me want to quit.
Nah, don't
It
quit,
made me.
though. Don't
He
ever
brought
quit.
me back the next week when he was pulling me off stage. He said, "You need to redeem yourself. You want to come back next week?" I said, "You want me back next week?"
Right.
He said, "Oh, girl, you need to redo this.
Yeah, we got to fix this.
Yeah, this was horrible."
Yeah, like I got to fix what you said.
Yeah.
We're going to fix it.
Yeah, I came back that next week though, and I asked everybody on stage. I said, when I first got up there, I said, "Anybody remember me from last week?" And the whole back room started clapping and was like, "Yeah, like we." I said, "Oh, cause see, y'all remember how I died on stage? That ain't gonna happen tonight." So I got my little confidence.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
yeah,
act
yeah.
like I was confident. I still wasn't.
Right.
But when I seen everybody clapping for me and cheering for me,
Right.
that's when I was like, "Okay, relax. Remember your jokes and do your thing."
And just roll with it.
And I did it.
That's it.
And I did,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That's cool. What about you?
I think when I first did San Manuel, it was my first time ever being on stage.
Right.
And Tiffany Haddish was host at San Manuel. She was hosting. And she said, "I will give anybody, you can get 5 minutes of my time and get up here if you think you can do it."
Right.
And so I was like, "Oh, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it.
Right.
I can do it." I got on stage and I started talking about my childhood, how I was on in the system and stuff like that. And somebody in the background was like, "Uh-huh, uh-huh."
Right.
And I was like, and I'm like, you know, being black, I'm like, "Uh-huh, what?" Like, who, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you at? Show your face, you know what I mean?
Right.
And the person never showed their face.
Mm-hmm.
But when she when she talked to me, when I went back there, she was like, you know, it's your first time. Don't be nervous. Just do it. Just say how you feel. Just talk. You know what I mean?
Right.
She said what a lot of people don't know is just talk. Like, whatever you went through, whatever you're going through,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
say it. It's like therapy.
'Cause they don't know
Just-
your life.
Yeah, just say it. And she said, "Okay, I'm going to give you 5 more minutes next week."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was like, "I'm going to give you 5 more minutes next week."
Good.
And then the next following week, what I did was I played it smart this time.
Okay.
I told all my friends
Right.
that I barely like.
Right.
Yeah.
And I told them to go in the audience.
Okay.
And so when they went in the audience and I saw all my friends and it's like I was talking to my friends. I was
Right.
like talking
Right.
I wasn't talking to the crowd no more. It was
Right,
like I
right.
was talking to my girls, like, "Oh, remember back in the day when I was like this and we was like that in high school?" And all my friends was like laughing. So I think that was the only thing that really gave me confidence on the next show
Right.
to like really do it. And then after that, I just been like on it. Like,
That's
you
right.
know what I mean? I started off, I'm not gonna lie, I was a stripper comedian.
Right.
I was, you
Yeah,
know
she
what
would
I'm saying?
undress on stage.
I would.
Oh, so that's for real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't think
Oh
that was
yeah.
true.
No.
Yeah.
No, yes,
She would undress
yes,
on stage.
I would. I
No,
would.
you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
I saw a YouTube, and because I heard about her,
I
and I
would.
finally met her. And when I saw the YouTube, I was like, she's taking off
Yes,
her clothes.
Yes, I was the stripper
Yeah.
comedian. Yes.
I always thought that was just the name of the name of the show.
No.
But she really stripped
Yeah, she took off her
Yes,
clothes.
yes, I
all
did.
her clothes, just panties and bra.
Yeah, panties and
yes.
bras.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I feel a little different now. I'm like,
You like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
hold on. What you got going on here?
I had to catch my niche. I had to
Okay.
catch
Right.
my niche. I didn't know, like, as a comedian, you don't never know. You hear people talking
Right.
and stuff like that, and I was like,
You
I
wasn't
don't
trying to be
want to
like
be like
everybody
everybody.
else.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
Right.
want to be like everybody else. I want to actually be a theater art comedian.
Right.
I wanted to actually show them. I used to bring my wigs with the heads on stage and put
The
them on
wedding dress.
stage.
Right.
I was in a wedding dress. I was on stage in a wedding dress and did a wedding bit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I want to make sure.
Right.
Please, will you please send that to my editor?
Yes.
So we can
Right.
pick that up. As you
Right.
talking about, I would love to see that.
Yes.
Not taking out the clothes one.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
wedding.
We gotta keep it clean.
Well, see, the one with the wedding dress, it was like a take off your shades.
Okay.
So it was like, this is what you're doing, and this is what, like when you're trying to get into a relationship, this is what he wants. He doesn't always want that good girl, you know what I mean? Now,
Right.
this is who I want to be. I put the wedding dress on, I want to be her.
Right.
I said, but no, this is what he wanted. I took the wedding dress off, and I had a whole different, completely outfit
Right.
on.
Because you wanted to be you.
Yes, you know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
It's
right,
like
right,
I
right.
want to be the homebody, the wife, the homemaker, but no, he won't. He won't the
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, Miss.
Mrs.
Yeah, he you know what I mean.
Doubtfire.
he want that maid, you know what I mean, with that sexy outfit on and
Right,
stuff
right.
like that. He don't want
Oh,
the
okay,
nice
okay.
meat.
Oh,
Right, right, right.
So
He want a
I did.
stripper.
Yeah, so I did that.
Okay.
I did that bit, and I did that one in Vegas.
Oh, wow.
I did that bit in Vegas, and everybody like, girl, where's your website? I need to come to all your shows.
Wow.
Like, they were like, I was like to the point where I was patting my weave, like, girl, for real? Like, girl, thank
That
you.
worked. That's cool.
That's good.
But like I said, if it wasn't for Tiffany Haddish, and I ups to her, if it wasn't for her, like saying just do it,
Right.
I don't think I would ever just did it, because I really don't think I didn't think I was funny, you know what I mean? And
You have to find yourself.
yeah, and now that I felt myself, it's like I'm ready. Like, man, book the shows. I'm ready to get on every platform, everything. Like, I want it.
Okay. So speaking of that, I just got the 5-minute wrap up. So I would like for you ladies to give your platforms where people can reach you so they can come out and check out your shows and anything. And if anybody tell you, hey, I saw you on Let's Talk About It, let them in the show free for me.
All
right. I'll take care of that
Oh,
business.
definitely.
All right. So go ahead. We're going to go ahead and have you look into this camera right here. This is going to be you guys' camera. Are we going to do okay, right here? And just whoever want to go first, just give your platforms where you're going to be, how people can get in touch with you, and if they want to book you for a private show or not a private show. I'm sorry. A private comedy show.
Hold on.
Private comedy show. All right, whoever want to go first.
Okay, I'll go. I'm comedian Tamiko Kirkland. You can find me on Facebook under Tamiko Kirkland. You can find me on Instagram under Love of Comedy. That's LUV of Comedy. And also, you can go to my braid page, and it's Miko's Braids, MIKOSBRAIDZ _.
All right.
And that's how you can find me.
All right.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook under Marie Lynette McConico. That is my name. You can find me on Instagram under FV Banks. You know what I'm saying? I got to hide myself a little bit, but
Right.
it is my
Incognito.
bedroom my page, and that is a combination of hair and comedy, because I don't know how to separate the two, so I bring it together, because when I'm
Right.
doing my client's hair, I got it. We laugh and we joke and it's fun, you
Right.
know. So, and you know, just YouTube under Bedroom Eyes. I am on YouTube, guys. If you
Yeah.
want to check out my YouTube page, it's under Bedroom Eyes. So definitely check me out. And you know what I'm saying, we're trying to build those pages up. So you know what I'm saying, go and subscribe and support. Definitely a lot of support.
Yes.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I bring the comedy, we bring the drama, we bring everything here
Yes.
on Let's Talk About It. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you get on the Instagram for my friends that are here.
Yes.
Always support them. Check them out on the shows that they're doing. And remember, don't ever share your 8x10 dream with somebody with a 5x7 mind.
All right.
My name is Raheem
That
Mitchell.
part.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. God bless. Peace.
Let's talk about it, talk about it. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it, talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That girl from
Let's talk
LA
about
and that
it.
guy.
Let's talk